Hello, it's time for Lunch with a Doc, Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. Today we're at one of my favorite restaurants in downtown Laguna. Do a 360, look at this beautiful town. Here's where it is. You're going to be able to find it. Next time if you want really good food, we keep on featuring the best in Laguna Beach. There's one of my favorite people in Laguna Beach right there. She works right over there.
Yes, the best.
She can't help it. All right. So this is Central. They have incredible cuisine. We're going to go on inside, have some lunch, and today we're going to talk about inflammation. All right, come on.
How's everybody doing out there today on the Facebook world? Today, you guys need to talk to me and that guy. Ask us questions, engage with us. We want to hear your questions because a lot of you guys have like specific issues with inflammation and questions regarding if whatever is going on in your body is a part of, has to do with inflammation. So we got to make sure we kind of like get into those issues for you guys and hear about what's going on with you and let Dr. G, like this is the time to like really get into it with him since you have him for an hour. So might as well ask him the questions that are burning on your heart. So that again, I'm excited to be here. It's gonna be good. I haven't eaten here yet, so I'm glad the time has finally arrived.
Amazing. Here you go.
You want me to film?
Sure.
What should we do? Should we eat inside or outside?
Ooh. I mean, outside is kind of nice, but inside is really beautiful too.
Right there?
Yeah. Let's do it here.
Ooh, look at this table.
Ooh, look at that table. Beautiful. Actually, the lighting is kind of a little funny here, maybe. Maybe we should go. Well, this is good.
How are we doing?
We still
doing
on?
great.
You can sit right there. I'll film it from right here. All right. I'm switching.
Woo! Switch it up.
Oh yeah, looks good.
Okay, perfect.
On hold for a minute.
No.
We're here.
Yeah, you can't hold live.
You know what I was thinking? Is why don't we take a look at the menu and we'll show you all the good stuff they have here. I'm going to go get one. Look at the vibe. I mean, this place is
It's a good
incredible.
vibe.
And Anna is the owner.
So Mo, tell me a little bit about your life.
My life. Well, life is good. You know, we're all approaching on the end of August, which is crazy, right? Isn't it so weird that summer's kind of coming to an end, but then really for us, it's really not because September is always beautiful and amazing. So really, it's gonna just all be great. Weather's beautiful, and health and balance is just the best. We're all just loving working there as a family. It's been a great season together, and yeah.
Tell me what part inflammation plays in your life.
All right, inflammation in my life. Well, actually, interestingly enough, this is a big topic for me because right now I've been having a lot of vocal issues. I had vocal nodules, which are bumps on the vocal cords, but right now they are finding that my vocal cords are just inflamed. So I've been trying a lot of different things from just vocal rest in itself to also different diets that might help with my voice. And I actually did the ketogenic diet about a year ago, which is supposed to really help with inflammation, and that was when my voice felt the best in the past year and a half. I've done some other different diets, like a paleo low FODMAP diet.
What's that?
A low histamine. Paleo low FODMAP is basically a combination of a paleo diet, which is no grains and high in protein, high in good fat. And then the low FODMAP is another interesting thing.
Hi, how are you?
Thanks for having us today.
Thanks, of course. I love having you guys here.
Yay! This is Anna. So she's the owner of Central, right?
I'm one of the partners, and I just want to explain to you a little bit about Central.
Yes,
Central
please.
is more of a farm-to-table concept. We are American new, which means we get to adopt a lot of fun things like Spanish, Italian, French. We like to keep it locally sourced as much as possible. There's exceptions to that rule. For example, I love octopus. The best octopus in the world is from Spain. I love lamb. The best lamb in the world is from New Zealand. So we carry those things, but we like to keep it fresh. We like to keep it vibrant. We like to change things. For example, our heirloom tomatoes and our heirloom baby carrots, those things have to be transitioned. They're not always constantly going to be consistent. So it's all about consistency, and we like to keep it fresh and new.
Good. And your background, culinary, I mean, didn't you come into this with some of your heritage?
Absolutely. So the fusion includes a lot of my background, which is Peruvian, but Peruvians were made up of everything. So I'm French, Italian, Spanish, German, Japanese.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah. So when you look at the menu, you'll see things like grilled avocado with ponzu. That's from my Japanese heritage. You'll see empanadas, which is from my Spanish heritage. You'll see paellas in there. You'll also see grilled mac and cheese, my American heritage, right? It's a fun mixture. It just represents who I am as an individual and what I love to eat and all the influences that have me to kind of create this palette.
Are there any dishes that are Peruvian in nature on the menu as well?
Absolutely. There's a lot of the recipes here are a lot from my great-grandmother.
Wow.
So while we were able to keep it consistent, for example, the rotisserie chicken, that's my great-grandmother's recipe.
Oh, cool.
You have to basically brine the chicken for about 24 hours, and it has all the ingredients that
Is that
she used to
chicken
make.
picante?
That's actually my other great-grandmother. But for example, the rotisserie chicken sandwich,
okay.
it has her recipe in it.
Got it.
And things like the lomo saltado, that's traditional Peruvian. So that's basically steak and frites from our French heritage. But what we did is people needed to have that double carbs to be able to last in the fields longer. So they would put double starch. So they would put rice and French fries and then the steak on top. So it kept them hearty, it kept them strong throughout the day so that they could do their labors. That's how it kind of came about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, thank you so much. I know I kind of caught you unaware, and maybe for a photo shoot you would,
All natural Anna, thanks.
all that right here, right now. But that's what we like
That's
about
at the core. That's at
Thank
the
you.
core of our DNA. All natural all the time.
You're all natural, and that's why we wanted to come here and just feature you and tell people, when you're considering going out and dining in Laguna for lunch or for dinner, I'm going to suggest you come to Central.
Yay, and we'd love to have
see
you.
Anna.
Yay,
All right?
thank you.
Are
Thanks
you
for
here
coming.
almost all the time?
I am.
Yeah.
I have my days off are Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's when I spend it with my little guy. He's 3 years old.
Yeah.
And he's my baby, my other baby.
Didn't I know you when you were pregnant?
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
yeah, I
and I
remember
had
that.
issues with my neck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I
your
was
husband?
in pain. And my ex-husband.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. But he's still going to you.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Oh, he's still surfing.
must be doing okay.
He's doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing good. He still does the lifts that you put in.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So we love coming at you, and
All
we
right.
love your holistic
Thank you. Thank you.
background.
All right.
Anyway,
Thank you.
Goes both
Thanks for
ways.
sharing.
Anytime. I know. So excited to be here. Awesome. Well, I'll just finish just what I was saying beforehand, just to finish off the notes.
Saul Guzman says hello.
Oh,
All right, Saul.
awesome. But basically, I tried some different diets: paleo, low FODMAP, low histamine. You can look those up online. They're kind of interesting and unique, but
Can you
really,
say that again?
really great for different people. Paleo, low FODMAP,
FOD?
FODMAP.
What's FOD?
I don't really know all the details about it. You can probably look it up. Dr. Gary could probably give you some more information.
Look up paleo FODMAP diet.
Yeah.
It's especially good for people that are prone to GI inflammation, and you're basically trying to find out what kind of diet actually makes you feel the best. So the paleo FODMAP diet is used for people with GI intestinal bloat. Some of those people may have SIBO as another source of inflammation, because today we're talking about inflammation. There's all kinds of things that can cause inflammation. We're going to get into that in a second. But go ahead with the last part of your
So
saying.
tried those different diets, but really the ketogenic diet for me, for my voice, was the best thing at the time. So I was just telling them how some aspects of my voice are probably inflammation, and that's what the doctor, the ENT, has seen when he's looked at my vocal cords, is some inflammation there. So for me, this is definitely an important topic, and I'm working on finding the best ways for my body to decrease inflammation and really heal up my voice and everything. So it's an important topic for a lot of people because it can really affect us in so many different ways. And for me, it's been my voice. It can be anything. Inflammation, really.
It makes me want to write a song.
Ah, yes.
Inflammation. It's a very important topic today. Inflammation. Hey, 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 hey. Here it goes.
Okay.
Check this out.
Yeah.
All right, now I want you to really get this all in there. Time Magazine, 2004, The Silent Killer.
The surprising link between inflammation and heart attacks, cancer, Alzheimer's, and other diseases. What you can do to fight it.
Yes.
Wow.
Get this article. It'll give you a good overview. There's lots of new stuff that's come out since 2004. This was 13 years ago. Is that better? Not getting the glare? But this, you know what? The drug companies hate this. They hate people understanding how to fix this stuff on their own. So what's that tell you? Well, it tells me that they want to make more money off of people being sick and inflamed. That's the reality. They want more people on drugs because it makes more money for the drug companies. This isn't a mystery to anybody, right? What's the #1 grossing business in the world? Oil? Automobiles? Computers? Food? Food? Pharmaceuticals? Pharmaceuticals. #1 grossing business in the world. So, what just came out in the Week magazine, if you don't read the Week, it's a great synopsis. It comes, I think, every Friday, I believe, Friday or Saturday. And what it does is it gives you a worldwide view on a weekly basis of what went on in America, what went on across the world. So it's a quick little synopsis of the key events. And but they came out with a study, and I don't have the exact source, but what it said was, if you as a person, or me as a person, has taken Advil or a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drug more than 10 times in a lifetime, our risk of having a heart attack has gone up 50%.
Wow.
50% greater risk. Another fact, up to 20,000 documented deaths per year from taking things like Advil.
Wow.
Taking non-steroidal anti-inflammatories that you can buy it right at CVS or at any of the drugstores. So here we think we're doing something that's okay, but the risk factors are very high. It does cause liver and kidney damage, and it does also cause internal bleeding, and that's what many people end up dying from. So the reality is that what we think is really a simple little thing that Advil can handle, you have to end up looking at what are the mechanisms behind it. Why is your body inflamed? So we just wanted to go through inflammation today, have you understand that it is the biggest thing that's out there. My wife and I just 3 weeks ago went to a new research conference for the weekend, and they found that one of the best ways to measure your inflammation, besides the other ways, is with what's called an arachidonic acid profile. It's a ratio between arachidonic acid and EPAs, which are only found in fish oils. And the ratio that you should have in this, it's a simple finger prick test. I think it costs $70 to the lab. That's what we charge. We don't make any money off of this stuff. But you do a finger prick, and then you just take a little bit of blood out of the finger prick, you put it on this little thing, and you send the card off to the lab. That's going to give you a number. The number is a ratio. You should be ideally 1.5 to 4 to 1 in this ratio between arachidonic acid and EPA. Well, the average American number is 25 to 1. That means,
wow,
as Dr. Dan Murphy says, that the average person is let me quote him, a hot, burning, steaming cauldron of inflammation.
Uh-oh.
Inflammation. So,
Just
The
like
American
the chicken
average-
boiling for 24 hours, a hot
Yep.
steaming cauldron.
of inflammation. Now they found that criminals and mass murderers usually are somewhere in the 35 to 80 zone. They're so inflamed, their brains are inflamed, they don't think right, they don't act right. People that are more inflamed, more health problems, more irrational behaviors. So bringing your inflammation down is a really, really important topic today. Inflammation. It's a very important topic.
So what are you guys gonna get?
Inflammation.
So what are we gonna get for food?
Inflammation.
All right.
Show everyone out there what they have for lunch.
Well, goodness gracious.
Woo!
Central. Sandwiches, burgers, soups, and salads. Features. Wow, we got pan-seared fish, chef's paella. That looks amazing. Filet lombo saltando, chicken picante, pork truffle mac and cheese, quinoa rice. Ooh, they have some good things. Check it out.
All right.
Check it. Alright, what are we gonna get? Hey, if any of you out there have eaten here, you should comment your favorite dish that you've had.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll order it.
Yeah.
We'll take your word for it. Yeah. All right.
Well, I kind of want to taste her great grandmother's rotisserie chicken,
That does sound good. It is a
and I
sandwich.
kind of want to taste her other great grandmother's thing, the chicken picante.
What accent is that, by the way?
I don't know. It's a little Rosanna Dana.
Never heard of that one.
Funny,
Yeah,
funny.
well, that's because you weren't alive when Saturday Night Live was playing Rosanna Dana.
Rosanna.
Let's see here.
Silly times over here with the artists.
Hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we get the
Why don't we do
house-made
this?
guacamole with plantain chips?
That is a great idea.
Start with that.
Let's just start with
me eat
that.
the
Oh my gosh, they
Oh,
make
you know what's
they
good?
make pokey gluten-free. No way.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Gluten-free.
Grilled octopus.
That sounds good. You know what's good too? The quinoa fried rice. Might get that.
I think we do some starters. I'd like to try the gluten-free guac, tuna pokey, and grilled octopus.
Whoa.
Do you want to just split?
Yeah,
Split
all
those,
of
and then
those.
do you want to get the rotisserie chicken and split that? And call
Well,
it
it's a
dead?
sandwich though.
No.
Ooh. Ooh.
We're living high on the hog here.
Hog high living.
Okay,
We could do that.
It's up to you, man.
We could.
I think we would be a little bit over our lunch budget that that our office manager Mitchell gave us, but you know what? We're living large.
We're living large. All right.
I mean, I haven't been here in a little bit, and I'm really excited about the menu.
It's a good menu. Central.
And I didn't have a big breakfast. Did you?
No.
No. Did you? No. He shakes his head. You should see him shaking his head. Turn your head. Turn that thing
We call that the face. Raya has something called the face, and it actually took our whole family quite a while to craft it.
I can't grab
But we still can't craft it like he can, but we're trying. So I'll just show you a little bit of my efforts because he has 3 faces.
I don't
okay?
have it. We have it.
We have it. So the first is just
Sean
called
has
Sean has it, his friend. The first is just the original face. It's like this. Hold on. I always have to just focus before.
This is a health show, right?
That was an attempt at the original. All right, now there's the cow boy, but I'll be the cowgirl. And the last one, number 3, is the Muppet.
You didn't hold them for long.
Then let's
I
let's
can't
not
hold them because
let's
I'm
not
not-
forget everyone's own version of the church lady.
Who's that?
The church lady on Saturday Night before you were born too. Okay.
Funny faces.
All right.
How you doing, man?
Okay.
What's your name?
Jair?
Jair Ryan.
Yeah. Raya?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Sorry, sir. Wine glass out of the way.
That's Dr. G, and that's Maria.
Yes.
You guys.
How do you say your name again?
Jair. It's it's spelled Jair.
J-A-I-R.
Yeah, it's very neat. It's probably the
I
first.
like it.
Yeah.
That's the first time
Jair.
I've heard of it. Jair. All right.
Great.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
I think we've made a decision.
have we gone too big with the entire rotisserie chicken?
Maybe.
Because
Maybe
what I
we
was
could do-
thinking, if we did these three things,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we're going to want to eat this whole
True.
big thing.
Yes, that's true.
So why don't we do this? Why don't we get these three things and maybe a Caesar salad and chicken picante? Yes, let's do that.
Oh yeah.
All right?
Perfect.
All right, got it.
Amazing. Got it.
So now let's talk
So,
about what you can do for inflammation.
So first I want to ask, so
Yes.
why is inflammation so detrimental to our health? What is it about it that is so detrimental?
Well, inflammation has this cascade, and one of the biggest things it does is it stimulates pain fibers. Now, pain fibers can get stimulated with chemical aggravation, which is what inflammation is, but also pressure can lead to inflammation, which stimulates pain pathways through these other nerves called mechanical receptors. And the reality is pain sucks. I was thinking about making a bumper sticker. Pain sucks. Come to Health and Balance.
Ah,
Pain is always usually an inflammatory loop, but there is a mechanical loop. So it leads to degeneration. It leads to Alzheimer's. It leads to so many different things. So let me read through a couple things here for you, because I was looking at this. And I'm going to take you through this chart real quick. I'm going to not be too scientific because I don't want to lose you, but let's just look at this thing. It's called the theory of everything that Dr. Dan Murphy put together. So when we have genetically modified corn and soy that is fed to the chicken and the beef that we eat oftentimes, unless that's why we should have grass-fed beef and organic chickens. That leads to arachidonic acid. Arachidonic acid is what's called pro-inflammatory. These are the inflammatory pathways called prostaglandin E2 and leukotrienes. The thing that it does is it inhibits the anti-inflammatory component of eicosapentaenoic acid, which is EPA. Now, EPA, there are no vegan sources of EPA. It comes basically from fish oils. So the idea is you want to know what your ratio is. 4-to-1 ratio is you don't want to be higher than that. So even a 1-to-1 ratio or a 1.5-to-1 ratio of arachidonic acid is ideal. Other things that make arachidonic acid increase are high levels of alcohol, high levels of red meat, high levels of dairy, and trans fats is the worst. Hydrogenated oils. You can look on the back of the food you're getting and see if there's trans fats, or it'll say hydrogenated or partially hydrogenated oil. That's margarine or Crisco. They used to think that that was awesome. Yeah, you should use margarine. It's healthy. Well, they found out it's not healthy at all. It takes up to 6 months to completely get all of some Crisco in your saltines or your Ritz crackers or that kind of stuff. Up to 6 months to get that stuff out because it's like plastic. So this is the kind of ratio you want. Now, how do we start working on fixing this stuff? I've got another thing out of this big research manual. Everything I'm talking to you about today, there's research behind everything. So if you're a science bug and you don't want to just take...
Science bug or buff?
Science bug, science buff, I don't know. If you're really into science...
You're a science maven?
Maven?
Yeah.
A maven, science maven.
You ever heard of a maven before? A maven? Have you heard of a maven?
I'm not really too
Familiar with maven?
well aware of maven.
How familiar with Maven?
Science maven.
Hey Maven, if you're watching, we are now familiar with you.
Now, here's a couple tidbits. Calcium overload is one of the main causes of inflammation.
Huh.
And magnesium is the key anti-inflammatory because it can neutralize calcium.
Interesting. Wow.
Here's the key quartet. Now, this is from a book by Michael Pollan, right here, the theory of everything. So you want these ratios to be like this, which we already talked about. Most modern people are boiling pots of inflammation, hot, steaming, churning cauldrons of disordered, chaotic inflammatory responses. I, William Davis, MD, advocate the intake of 3,000 to 3,600 milligrams per day, the doses combined of omega-3 fatty acids, EPA and DHA, not just fish oil. Magnesium essential. All right. Vitamin D is essential to bring this inflammation down. Magnesium is essential. Background level of magnesium, it's decreased 90% in humans because they don't give magnesium as a soil additive. We'll let them know we're ready to order because you're probably getting hungry, so are we. So
You're gonna be hungry. You can eat our food via.
So that's from Carolyn Dean, MD.
computer.
The typical American needs a supplement with 3 to 4.5 milligrams of magnesium per pound of body weight daily. So you can do the math on that, take your body weight, multiply it times maybe 4 to be right in the middle, and that's how many milligrams of magnesium you need. 100 years ago, we used to have 100 inches of topsoil in the United States, and now our national average is 1 inch.
Topsoil?
Topsoil.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why you want to get organic food as much as you can. You want to be starting your own compost, composting all your greens, all your cut stuff, your leaves, your grass. Put it all into a big recycling bin and churn it over, and then put that on all your plants. Put it in your garden. Put it in your fruit trees. You'll get so much more nutrition into your food, especially the stuff you grow yourself.
So I just told Mo what a maven was.
So a maven is an expert or connoisseur. That's what it is.
Huh?
Simple, easy, maven. New word for the day. Use it in your vocabulary. That's what we're trying to do in the Arthur family.
Raya is potentially a vocabulary maven.
Yes, I think he is.
Well,
He's a
it
vocabulary
must be
maven.
from all the reading you've been doing.
No, I picked that word up from Blink by Malcolm Gladwell.
Oh, okay, Blake.
He talks about, no, not Blink, Tipping Point.
Oh,
Okay.
Tipping Point.
Yeah.
It's a good book.
He talks about the people who understand the market and all the nuances. They're like the people who get it.
Huh.
They're like
Maven.
they're the people that call about it.
Hey, you
I
ever
like
want
it.
to know the most common cause of high blood pressure? Guess what it is? Magnesium deficiency and calcium excess.
Wow.
This is a study. Calcium, if not balanced with magnesium, ends up depositing in a child's kidneys, coronary arteries, and cartilage, not in your bones. Most people don't need more calcium. That's from Mildred Seelig, MD. I think we should probably sign off. Take lots of vitamin K.
So give us the nutshell,
all right, the nutshell.
So what can people do?
What can people do? All right,
Applications.
here we go.
What are the key things
You should
to
have
take it down?
a general multivitamin, multimineral without copper every day. You should be taking 3,000 milligrams of EPA plus DHA omegas from purified fish oil per day. You should have your vitamin D3 at least 5,000 units a day. And I'd like to see your blood chemistries be somewhere between 50 and 100 on your blood test for vitamin D. Magnesium, at least 500 milligrams a day. Vitamin K, you should find a good vitamin K product as well. Take that. Get the finger prick test done.
Key things to stay away from that
things to-
drive inflammation up.
Well, excessive alcohol, excessive red meat, excessive dairy, and especially, here's the big one here, which is right back here, to decrease
What about antioxidants?
antioxidants. That's what I'm just getting to. It's right back here.
Blueberries are very
Antioxidants.
anti-inflammatory.
Yep, they are. Yep. I thought I had this page marked.
You know
Here
it
it
off
is.
the
Here it
top
is.
of
Here it is. Here it is. Okay, hold on.
Getting the details correct. That's what you do as a doctor.
Downtown Laguna, everybody.
Summer day,
But
Okay,
but kind of cloudy.
so here it is.
Sad.
General principles for chronic pain management, everything research. The pain gate theory, chiropractic management of asymmetries, posture, motion, restore movement, and you turn down pain. Balance your omegas, we talked about that. Reduce pro-inflammatory cytokines, which we talked about. Get off of glutamate, which is MSG, and get off of aspartate, which is aspartame. It says these are called excitotoxins, and it says here to get out of pain, eliminate 100% cure of chronic pain syndromes if you get off of freaking diet drinks. Use malic acid, and you can get...
aspartame is terrible for you.
It's terrible.
Diet drinks are bad.
Horrible.
What types of diet drinks? Diet Snapple, Diet Coke?
All of it. All of it. It's going to lead to early Alzheimer's and dementia, just like here. It leads to cancer. I mean, it's horrible, poisonous bullshit.
Is it in most things?
It's in so many things that are,
What
especially
about
if it says
MSG?
diet.
MSG.
MSG is in a whole bunch of things. When it says, sometimes it'll say hydrolyzed protein. Go online and look up hidden sources of MSG, and you'll see a list, and it's in so much stuff. It's amazing.
It's in most things at like Circle K, right?
Yes. Manage insulin resistance. So
Definitely.
keep your carbs in check. You know, do a low carbohydrate diet like she was talking about. Any strategy that increases ATP. ATP is the energy molecule of the body. So chiropractic adjusting, exercise, low-level laser therapy have been proven. Breathing exercises, antioxidant supplements, mitochondrial deficiency support like acetyl-carnitine, alpha-lipoic acid, detoxification, denatured whey, N-acetylcysteine, infrared saunas, stop smoking, etc. This is how you get it under control. Thanks for joining us again today. We wanted to bring out what has been called the secret killer, inflammation. It's a very important topic today. Signing off. See you
Go
next
out,
week.
smell some flowers that'll in some way maybe decrease inflammation. I don't know. But
Get your
it's good for
inflammation
you.
down,
Get your
and you will
inflammation
feel
down.
better. You
You'll
won't
feel
get
better.
Alzheimer's, dementia, all chronic pain, all that stuff. Your risk will go
What's
away.
coming up in life?
What's coming up? So next Tuesday evening, August 29th at 6:30 p.m., we're having a workshop called 7 Steps to Relieve Neck and Back Pain. You don't want to miss it. If someone you know suffers from neck and back pain, come. We're going to show you some stuff you can do at home. We're going to talk about some different things within your diet you can do to relieve pain. We're going to talk about the
Now, how
one
much
thing
are we
you
going to charge?
don't-
How much are we charging everybody for this?
It's free.
No.
You're kidding.
You're joking.
No. And dinner's
Stop it.
provided.
And we're serving dinner?
No. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Stop it.
Stop it.
That's
so,
this Thursday?
That's next Tuesday.
Oh, next Tuesday.
So
Tuesday,
less than a week
the
from today, the
29th.
29th. So, you know,
Where is it?
what
When
to
is it?
never do after you get an injury. 10 things, something you can do for 10 minutes a day at home. Lots of nuggets you're going to really want to know. It's going to be at 6:30 in our Therapy and Wellness Suite, which is at 380 Glenary, Suite G, if you know where North is, the men's
North
clothing company.
And our friends, Troy
Yes, Troy Lee Designs.
Lee Designs,
Right back there through the gate,
up the stairs.
up the stairs. You can look on our
Seating
website.
is limited though, so just call and reserve a spot so we know
Yes.
how much food to order, and we're going to have to cut the line off at about 20 people because we can't get too many people in there.
So look on our website at our events page, healthandbalance.com. You can sign up there. You can also give us a call, 949-497-2553 to RSVP. So you guys are amazing.
And we want to
happy
keep it
lunch
that
with
way.
the doc.
There you go.
Goodbye.